Ladies, gentlemen, friends, welcome into the Game Arena Black Ops 7 launch tournament. We're here with the cast-off Razor Hyperactive here, ready to commit absolute crimes on this microphone. Hyperactive, how's it going, baby?
It's always great, even though we're a completely different location, oceans apart. It should be an absolute blast. And I tell you what, from what I've been picking up from the group stages, it's a coin flip to who can win in the entire tournament. There's no one team that's standing out. So I'm excited to what comes forward. As a quick reminder of what happened previously and any teams that stand out to you, Razor?
I mean, if you look, what stands out to me is that it looks like every pool except for one, Pool J, had someone sweep the pool, go 3-0. So we got a lot of dominant teams out there. Man, but that Pool J, a three-way tie for first. You got to go down to maps to figure out who doesn't make it through to today for this top 26. Incredible showing. Like you said, I think it's a coin flip because we had so many dominant teams in day one during the pools phase. So, I mean, I'm not putting any money on anything. I'm just putting money on we're going to raise some hell, have some fun here today at the cast-off.
Yeah, I like that mindset. It is going to be hell. And talking of Jay, guess who's on that team? That is Team Extinct. Of course, today we will have Extinct and OMNiA VALOR as the two that will be facing off against each other. So I'm pretty pumped of how this could go on the winners round one. Extinct, well, can I talk about one game before we get into it against Decimate GG? Man, they weren't decimating. They got wiped 250-0. On the hard point. Not a single point for Decimate on this Extinct squad. That is impressive to see. Off the back, I'm flabbergasted if they can keep that up and put it against OMNiA.
Yeah, and the last time I was at this cast off, we saw a 250-0 on stream live. So that's tough to come by. But sometimes you guys rotate at the right times. You win those standoffs, and when all is said and done, 250-0 at the end. I don't think we're going to see that today. I don't know. What do you think, Hyper?
Well, from just the looks of this, I am starting to see that OMNiA are much more dominant when it comes to hardpoint. 250-50, 250-50, where they went against Infamous and Team Omen. Those two were clear as daylight wins, but they only had one loss, which was the 0-2 against Family Ties x Havocs. But then you look onto the opposite side and you look at the performance that you see from Extinct. Their S&D is a lot stronger, 6-4, 6-5, and then unfortunately, an 0-6 against the JVM Pink squad, a full female roster who have been dominating the servers as well. Hats off, ladies, keep it going. That just shows that there are some strengths and weaknesses. So starting off with Colossus as both hardpoint and search and destroy, I feel that in my predictions, OMNiA should be the team that takes hardpoint, and Extinct should be then take search and destroy from the second map.
Yeah, I think it's a good point to note that hardpoint is the first game we played in this first to five, and then the fourth. So if you've got a good hardpoint team, you split that S&D and that overload mode, and you don't even have to worry about that fifth S&D.
No, you don't have to worry about it at all. But at the same time, with any form of CoD, it can just turn within a fraction of the second, so you can never rule out. But off to the races the fine gentlemen go as we kick off hardpoint.
Here we go, hardpoint on Colossus, and we've got OMNiA taking a few quick points to start things off. Here's our first blood going to Extinct. Back and forth. We've got a nice little firefight to start off this first point.
Quite a dominant start from Extinct, really forcing OMNiA off the point, but they haven't been able to flip those spawns early on. They want to try and make that progression over to P2, which will spawn over to that bottom right-hand side of the map. Of course, I say this every time when it comes to hardpoint, P1 is just squaring everyone up. See how you guys feel against each other. But the reality of the battle is all about that rotation, which Extinct is starting to do.
Yeah, they're going to go ahead and make that rotation and try to get it. This one right now. You know, they're going to give up some spots to give up some of these points to Valor early, but you know they're in a good position to take this second spot.
Sloth playing deep, trying to really draw the attention, able to pick off one, unable to get the second, and this will eventually concede that attempt to flip spawns. But OMNiA able to take control, able to maintain possession. They are able to get a double as well, opens the door up, and now Extinct has to reset and retry an attack onto the second point.
And that's tough. They rolled the dice going to that second point, and they come out on the losing end of it. I will drink to that, Hopper, if you can hear it. If you can hear it.
Yeah, we're gonna get a tally up in the chats as well. The number of times we see Razor drinking through this game. I don't know where the end will be, but it is already. Look at the dominant scoreline that starts things off. The OMNiA Valors have been brilliant at locking down, but now it's their turn to start this rotation. Split spawn coming in from the Extinct squad, so making it a bit harder, but at the same time, you can pinch in and start picking off a few of the OMNiA's team. It ain't gonna work, because already OMNiA crisply get control of P3.
Yeah, and Akasona, I mean, doing great, on point right now. Has 9-3 going, you know, 3-0 KD right now, and still holding down this point. Last one on there. Just absolutely 10-3, just keeping things going, and now he finally takes a dive, as Extinct still having a hard time on hard point. Hyperactive.
It's very hard, but I'm looking at Daily here. Look at the number 2. They're starting to make that rotation up through blue door. Try and come from the rear. Daily finds one, opens the door, and this might be a break and opening that they want through open sesame. Now there's a little bit of scrap time going into their favor. However, it's not where they want to be. They forced themselves to a right side spawn. They needed it all to the left. This thing, P4 is down at the bottom left.
Yeah, that was another deal where it just doesn't come out in their favor. They get a few points at the end of that, but now they're going to have to try. They're going to have to take this spot right now, or you're looking at, you know, up. You're going to be down 100 at the end of this one if you cannot make something happen. Glee falls down. J. Andre still holding the point, and Akazona still, look at him, 14-5.
Whew. Broccoli. Calm down, okay? You're just a vegetable. We don't need to go too crazy on the server as he is able to create some more openings. And OMNiA just absolutely decimating. Their rotation's been brilliant. Their holds have been stronger. They have great map control that's denying these rotations, denying the opportunity to get people to rotate through. And finally, can we say Extinct has got a wipe, and they finally will take P1.
They're going to take it, and they've got some time right here. We will see. And the way this stuff goes, though, I mean, if you take, you know, 60 seconds on this hard point, if you can hold it, we got a game. Sloth on a 5. He's got a 5 kill streak right now, just absolutely killing it.
More pushes pushing in. OMNiA able to make the break. They were able to do it in the first 20 seconds. It looks like they're going to slightly concede the rest of this point. Don't want to over-aggress. They are aware they have the lead. So what better thing to do than to keep the spawns that they have, not allow Sloth, who is slowly making his way around the back. That's top timing. He's able to pick up one, but he's going to get backstabbed by Glee and Akisona. Oh, unfortunate, an opening that just doesn't fall through.
Yeah, these things can turn on a dime, though. But at this point, you know, as we get to the switch right here, J. Andre already on point, just racking up more points. Going to have like a 100-point lead, and now they got Glee on there too, holding this spot. Extinct gotta show us something. They gotta show us something.
They need more communication, more coordination. They need to do just work as a group, as a unit, because individually they have shown a little dabs of professionalism, a little dabs of being able to take control, but the difference that OMNiA has compared to Extinct is just the unification. Being able to lock down these difficult sites, having the choke points on point. Finally, scrap time, going to Extinct, but OMNiA are fine with that, as immediately only leaving Jay to do a bit of damage, but their focus going north and getting that rotation.
They're just getting what they want right now. They're giving up the last few seconds of each point, but by the time the rotations come, they're on the point, ready to go. They're in a position to really dominate this one. Akazona, 24 kills right now to 10 deaths, just murdering anybody on the red team Extinct right now.
I love this map control. We see it from Jay as well. Even though he's not involved in this little gunfight at the moment, keeping an eye of where P1 was situated by yellow steps, holding down. He's looking for any rotations. He knows that Extinct will send one player to filter through. But talking of one player, it is just still domination. Akazona 26-10, Glee 22-15. The numbers speak for themselves as Jay is currently on a 3 streak. And I know this team, OMNiA, has the potential to get a cruise in their back pocket.
Oh yeah, and at this point, it's you're just playing. At this point, you drop that on them, you're just, you know, insult to injury. They have dominated this one from the start, and they continue to dominate this one. Basically, you know, nobody on the team going negative right now. Akazona murdering everybody. He just picks up another one, just rolling through here. And then Extinct's going to have a chance. There's a lot of time left on this point, but you really can't afford to give up anything at this point, Hyperactive.
At this point, Extinct are looking not to be a 100-point club. They don't want to be part of that stat of right now 4 points away from getting it done as Glee nearly finds the double to create the opening to deny the chance of being out of the 100-point. But here we go. That's going to be an opening. It won't be enough to finish this game off. And OMNiA have been the dominant force throughout. But there's a chance again. Every time Extinct, they think they have it, there's just another player ready to stop them.
Extinct, this is ball game right now. They're trying to hit the triple-digit mark, but I mean, if you give up anything, as OMNiA takes the point to start things off, a little scrap. Extinct takes it back. Here we go. They're going to get it. 3 digits. I'll drink to that.
There's another. Down the hatch they go. 100-point club. Trust me, the whiskey and the tequila, everything in that mini fridge is not pleasant. Unlike the drink you're having, Razor. That sounds absolutely lovely.
Listen here. Kentucky bourbon, you don't put this stuff on ice. You don't put this stuff on ice. I'm a man. I got a beard, baby.
Talking of being a man, how about
straight
Seth?
down. Here we go. They can just about finish it off right here. It's going to be close. It's going to be close.
They might have to force another rotation here.
Yeah.
10 seconds left. All they need is a little contest, and Extinct might get one more hope, one more opportunity, but nothing can come through. It looks to be done and dusted. Has the microseconds going in their favor? It will.
There we go.
Absolute domination.
Let me tell you something. A little peek behind the curtain here. Before this was going, as we are here on the cast off, we're making sure we got our P's and Q's. We wanted to know how Akazona's name was pronounced. We wanted to know that because we hadn't heard. But by God, after this performance here today, we're going to remember it, Hyperactive. We're going to remember it. Akazona, look at that. 26 non-traded kills. 26.
That shouldn't be that high. It should never be that high. 26 non-traded kills just goes to show that there is a lack of coordination amongst Extinct. And from watching how they play, it is single attack, solo plays that they are relying on, which in Search and Destroy is going to be phenomenal. It's going to be brilliant because we know they can stand alone and clutch in situations. However, when it comes to Hardpoint, which is a very team-oriented game where you have to move as a unit, cover different rotation points, cover choke points as well, you can't solo play. And Extinct was throwing bodies upon bodies, singular bodies onto these points, and that's why they were losing. The only time we saw them have somewhat so of a saving grace was that brilliant hold on the second rotation P4 at that time where they had finally unified. They were together, working as a team. Did we see the potential that Extinct can bring to the table? But OMNiA just kept that rotation. They were one step ahead. They didn't fight over scraps at all, which is why we saw them collectively for Extinct get over that 100 points. But OMNiA, rotation masters, were ahead of the game every step of the way, and they locked down the site quickly, focusing on the next step. These guys were playing chess while Extinct are playing checkers right now.
One step ahead. The thing that stuck out to me, you point out the one big moment for Extinct, but really, OMNiA VALOR, Extinct got points when OMNiA VALOR was okay with them getting points. You know what I mean? It's like when we want to take this crap over, we're going to take it over, and that's what they did. So. And you got to come back here. You got to come back here and have a big S&D if you're Extinct. You lose that one by one. My Eastern Kentucky math skills, that's 138, baby. 138 points. They more than doubled you up. You got to come back and show what you're made of here if you're Extinct.
Absolutely, and it very much can be a case of just map choice. It can be the fact that this game mode is not for them, which is very unfortunate because we got Den.
That was their choice, baby. They picked that.
That was their choice?
They picked that. That was the Extinct pick. I mean, maybe they pressed the wrong button. Maybe they mispronounced it. I don't know. I've got this southern. Not everybody understands my southern accent. Maybe they're like me. But come on.
Maybe they're South American. Hey, we've got a few players I know amongst this that are South American as well, so that accent's going to be pretty darn hard to say as well. But
listen here.
It's definitely not something you want to see to get picked off the get-go. They definitely don't want it to be a 3-streak. But moving over to S&D, as off to the races the fine gentlemen go, is a different kettle of fish and a lot slower gameplay.
All right, here we go. Slower. We got some snipe action right off the bat. Right off the bat, nothing there. Going to just slowly move things around. This is where Extinct. Oh my God, they already the victims of First Blood. Already the victims.
Sloth still got that eye on the B position, so not done and dusted as immediately a trade back on the other end of the field will find Seth and Jay taken down. So with the information that Sloth has been giving towards his team, a pinch could start to come in. Just need to play together as already. That's a brilliant start. As Sling will get one. How about a double from Glee?
Oh my God.
Stay in the game. 1v1.
Oh my
it's
God.
doable.
What a time to be alive here and just slowly waiting on it. Waiting on it. Okay. Time to move. Time to move, Hyperactive.
Well, it's done and dusted. He's won the round. I'm not sure with this. Is this a bug for S&D?
Okay.
It's a bug for round one, so we will have to wait until the bomb gets done, but brilliant work from Sloth. Able to clutch up in that 1v1 with the tension was high. We saw Glee pick up that double to absolutely dominate and bring back.
Hey, look,
bring themselves back in the game.
If that's a glitch, I'm a fan of it. Just jumps into the water head first. I'm going to dive head first into the wild turkey right now because I had no idea what the hell I was just watching. But this is going to be that's going to be patched out soon, right? Going to be patched out soon.
This is Call of Duty.
We'll find out. We'll find out
in about like 2 seasons time if it gets patched out or anything.
They will patch that in the middle of this event and destroy everything we're doing right now, right? Just kidding. They'd never do that.
Round 2, and we switch sides, and look how defensive. And this is quite interesting to see because a lot of teams we do see off the get-go, off the rip, they like to press themselves quite past the points, but OMNiA VALOR playing that defensive position, playing quite far back, allowing Extinct to move, to understand the map in a lot greater detail. And this can create plans and strategy.
Oh yeah, hey, and look here. I'll tell you one thing that'll make you slow down is, by God, getting touched up in the first round. So, you know, you win a hard point, but then you lose this first round on Extinct, first round on S&D, and you got to realize, because 2-0 and 1-1 is such a big difference. It's such a big difference.
23 seconds left on the clock. They're going to have to make a push, and they're going to finally commit together. Daily Finds 2 says, thank you, sir. He needs to get that bomb down quickly with the last 15 seconds. Seth, able to stay alive, able to take away one of the defenders. And now with the bomb going down, pressure mounts up, and a rotation from Broccoli. A pinch could come through.
Here we go. Can hear a pin drop. Everybody watching this one, the tension mounting, just looking around. Oh my God. Caught. Got him.
That wasn't a 1v1. That wasn't a 1v1 you should have lost. You should have not lost that. Daily, staying proud, 4-0 right now. This timing is everything. Flick around and then every bullet landing. OMNiA are kicking themselves. Absolutely kicking themselves.
I mean, that is, you know, you pull up the dictionary, you look up missed opportunity, and right there it is. You know what I mean? Oof. Right there it is.
Oh, I wasn't going to go that harsh.
Oh, listen, hey, was it a missed opportunity, Hyperactive? Was it a missed opportunity?
Yes, it was.
Okay,
I will take it.
Exactly. You know what I think about that? Here's what I think. Listen closely. If you heard it, that was the bottle popping. That was the bottle popping. First blood there. Here we go. Start getting things off to a good start this time around. You turn it around one round at a time, baby. One round at a time.
And one kill at a time. First bloods have actually been in favor of OMNiA VALOR every single round. So they get this opening pick. And usually it's supposed to mean that, you know, the superstitions say that you should win the rest of the round. But apparently not so much. Daily getting a couple of tags, but not enough to solidify a kill. And with the post-plant situation, pressure is starting to mount as Akasona able to find one. Glee finds a second, and finally, one on the board. OMNiA VALOR able to climb back.
Back to that Eastern Kentucky math. Let me tell you something, folks. Look, after 3 rounds, closest it can be is 2-1. Closest it can be is 2-1. So, you know, in a situation like that, you go out, get the first blood, finish the job, and now you're going to go into this chance to tie things up.
It's an opportunity. Can't rule out OMNiA with that round. Is that a one spark moment that they've been able to pop off, or is this finally the training wheels have been taken off and they're finally riding alone? Is this going to be a fast push A with a tad bit of hesitation?
Just chilling out, trying to get their way through it here. Jay Andre, you got him on the screen. Gonna move around. Much more patient play than we saw in this first round on S&D, but here we go.
Bomb's going down. Gonna be a plant onto A site. All 4 members standing, a rarity that we see in Search and Destroy.
Yeah, that's tough. This is a big opportunity right here. The bomb down, and now you just gotta kind of wait and see if you can pick them off. There you go. There's the first one. Oh my God. Now we got some action, Hopper.
Trades back and forth, moves it to a 2v2, but Akasona able to get the height on Balk. And the balcony being strong, back to a 1v1, but when you push just a little too much. Didn't realize Akasona was there. Sorry, Seth was there waiting for you to push forward.
I'm getting dizzy. Have I drank too much, or is the room spinning? What's happening here? What's happening? 2-2, baby.
I think you need more.
2-2. Okay,
you need more drinks.
Whatever you say. Hey, if you want more, get in the chat. Type !cast off or !vote and vote for the baddest 2 commentators on the face of the planet. Hyperactive and the East Kentucky Rattlesnake himself, Razor. Your mother's favorite commentator, I might add. Your mother's favorite commentator.
Certified, can vouch. Can vouch.
Oh God, I didn't want to. I was talking about the fans. I didn't want to let them know about my history with Hyperactive's mom. We go way back.
Way back. Too far back. Round 5. Nearly halfway through the entire game. Could this be forced to around 11? That's the question mark we want to see. Glee opening things up once again, and OMNiA still keeping that little streak going of first picks. As Jay Andre also able to find it elsewhere on the map as he pushed a little too aggressive, Broccoli. This creates some opening, and now comes that domination we were seeing from Hardpoint and OMNiA. This could be 3 in a row unless the dream of Sling can happen, a 1v4 clutch.
Listen here, if Sling pulls this one out, they will write songs about it. They will write songs about it if he can get this point. But right now, no, not going to write any songs about that one. Listen, 3 in a row, down 2-0 with the lead. Things were looking like they could possibly get tied up, and OMNiA VALOR says, the hell with that. We're going to go take the lead, 3 points in a row. Extinct got to answer back. They got to answer back right here, Hopper.
They almost need to go back to how they started this game. Square one from the beginning. They had a nice slow pace when they were attacking, a nice slow pace when they were defending. They were able to get good information by little jiggle peaks. I'm not seeing as much from Extinct as jiggle peeking. They're playing a bit rushed. They're, again, going back to hardpoint, soloing different pushes. Need to draw it back as Jay Andre, what is this every time?
Calm the hell down, guys. Calm down. Let them eat. Let them eat. Here we go. Extinct got to answer back. They are once again, when you have to play S&D 3v4 every time, you're going to have trouble. And that's what OMNiA VALOR has been able to put Extinct in that situation, back against the wall every by God game.
Seth, beautiful movement. Just getting little peaks of information. Gonna allow then Glee to start to roam. Has he got a clear path from north? From us? Yes. But for Glee, he doesn't know. But while this has all been happening, all the focus and attention has forced the rotation to go to A. I don't think they've realized this beautiful sneaky push that is going to allow 1 a free kill and 2 a plant onto B. The rotation has to be forced through, and they haven't realized bomb is down.
Oh, here we go. This is the big deal. This is the big deal. The bomb down with an advantage. You know, you just gotta win your trades. Oh, this one. You know, it's going to take a big time play from OMNiA VALOR to get this one, but we'll see what they got cooking up. But Extinct in such a good spot right now.
Seth, you can do it. He knows he can. He's got both heads now. He knows exactly where it is. Able to get across. We'll have to be patient, but the push will start to come in. Not gonna happen. Extinct. Oh, listen to that. Let's go in the background. Hell yeah.
Hopper's like, you got to be patient. And he's like, or I could jump up on the top of this by God crate and get picked off. I mean, come on now. You got to feed these guys the commentary. Hopper's telling them what they got to do here. They're not listening.
I do. You know what? I do understand the mindset of Glee to jump up on top of the crate, because what it does is a surprise attack. They're expecting Glee to stay where he is. So naturally, if you could just pick one and then drop back down, maybe tagged up, you could then play Ring Around the Roses. I respect that. But no, when you're on a 1v2 pinch and they are close together, stay covered. Stay hidden.
You can't take it back now, man. You can't take it back now, man. You told he didn't listen to you. He didn't listen to you, and he paid the price. He paid the price for not heeding the warnings of the great Hyperactive. But here we are, 3-3 in this S&D. OMNiA VALOR wins game 1. We're all tied up in the game 2 of this first of 3. What an incredible! And this one, you talk about starting things off slow. Is anybody moving? Is anybody doing anything? Here we go. We got this bomb. We got the bomb in hand. We're gonna drop it. We're gonna get to the spot. Nope.
Not just yet. OMNiA VALOR actually has lost so much map control here. Sling has pushed so aggressively forward.
They're just waiting on him. They're just waiting on him, man.
Exactly, and this cross angle is beautiful as Seth is being taken away, and the cross angle from the Extinct squad is perfect. Broccoli just needs to be careful to not get overpushed. He's gonna pop out, find the bomb. 1, 2, 3. Good night, sweet moon. That's the Extinct I want to see.
I will, as anticipated, I will drink to that. But the whole deal, you know what I mean? It's such a competitive, such a so many different ways you can play this game. But I feel like OMNiA played that one too conservative. They just did not get in position to do anything, and they let Extinct get ready to just pick them off at the spot.
I agree. Yeah, there was no utility to help give them that information either. It was just slow and too hesitant. I don't mind slow plays. I don't mind hesitating before pushing. That was way too long. So amen to that.
Listen here. I didn't come here to see people chill out and not do anything. I came here to see people run out, guns blazing, baby. Guns blazing. Bob planted by Extinct, and we're going to see if they can hold it.
Good defensive line. Got a rotation block from Broccoli, but it looks to be a mass control over at top mid. And that's going to help with Daly finding a double. Can he get a double? Daly dose of a triple. Hello. Get it done. Is there an ace for him? No. Broccoli's got it covered. This is more like it. S&D really starting to spice up.
1st to 6, baby. Extinct can tie up the game right here. And listen, OMNiA, that last point when they had the bomb, it's got to be in the back of their minds that they just did not get into position, did not give themselves a chance to win. You got to see something aggressive right here. You got to see something aggressive from OMNiA VALOR.
Yeah, you got to see something a bit more. I think, is it risky to go for a blitz and just Hail Mary? I'm not a big football person. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know the calls very well. But
hey, listen here. I understand. Listen, I know how it is over in England. I wouldn't, if I was as small as you guys, I wouldn't play football either. But either way it goes. Oh, I'm sorry. You guys play football, the different football, right?
We play the better version. But anyways, back to this before I absolutely get killed by my co-caster. All tied up right now, 3-3. Aggressions came from OMNiA VALOR, which is what we asked for. But now slowing it down, changing up that tempo, trying to force a rotation to come through. OMNiA VALOR will find an opportunity to put the bomb down, but you got to be careful as the balcony is a dangerous position to be in.
Extinct. Now they're in trouble. They're in trouble. What's going to happen here? Oh my God! Shut it down. Here we go. OMNiA VALOR. Big bounce back from the last time they had the bomb and just could not do anything with it. But Extinct, the bomb in their hands, hyperactive. They got the rock. Can they put it into the end zone as we do in American football? Can they put it into the end zone?
If you do it rugby scenario, the ball's been held up and you're going to maul it across the try line and put it down. Yeah, that's a very unique one.
And we're having fun. We're having fun here, but hey, look here. There's no time to have fun for OMNiA VALOR. You need this point. If you force this, you go to this game 11, and anything can happen. Here we go, Extinct with first blood right off the by God bat. Can they make it happen? Can they make it happen right here and tie this game up?
That's the first blood going into Extinct's favor. That's the first time we see it. But again, every time there's a little bit of hope, it almost feels like they're being pulled away. As it is a 2v2. Glee gets taken away. Bomb hasn't been put down, but the bomb left all alone. And now in the open, they know exactly where to cover. It has to be the dream scenario for Broccoli. A dream clutch.
Okay, Broccoli got to work this 2v1. We'll see what we got. He's looking around, trying to find the opportunity. But right now, he's got both guys. He's got one to his left, one to his right, and he's going to fall. We're going to game 11, baby. Could you ask for anything more? OMNiA VALOR forcing game 11, bomb in their hands. Can they do it?
Oh, get the heart racing. Get the excitement going. It goes to the bittersweet end. Remember, last time they were on Colossus, it was a 250-112 on the hard point, giving OMNiA that advantage. We are now a round 11 scenario, and for Extinct, they won it against Health Check. They won it 6-5. They just now need to do it a second time against OMNiA.
Here we go. Extinct. They had a chance to close it out. And tie this game up. You know, we talked about missed opportunities earlier, but by God, this one right here, going down 2-0 after being up 5-3 in SND. This is the moment. You know, this is, I won't say it's the game, but Instinct gets first blood. First blood, Sloth coming through there, and my goodness gracious. He's 1-6 so far.
Bob's up north, looking to go B. Akisona's left alone as a rotation from the rest of OMNiA is looking to go south. They believe this plant is going to go B. You can leave one. Akisona, leave him there. We know he's capable of doing it. He's able to take away Sloth. He's able to take away 2. And Seth comes in. OMNiA brought it back from the grave. 2-0 in the maps. They came from a loss. They took the lead 3-2, and then Extinct brought it to 5.
A 3-game sweep to finish it off, and an absolute ambush. Perfection to end that up. If you are Extinct right now, you have to be sick at your damn stomach, Hyperactive.
I would be almost throwing the controller against the wall at this point. That is how annoying.
I would find the nearest person on another team, and I would stick my fist right down their throat. I mean, oh my God. Oh my God. Threatening violence on the air right now. That's how big this moment was. You were up 5-3 S&D, ready to tie it up. You give up 3 in a row, and OMNiA VALOR can close it out on this brand new competitive stage. Overload going to Scar. By God. And let me tell you, if you enjoy what you're hearing today, if you enjoy Hyperactive across the pond, Razor across the creek, the East Kentucky rattlesnake, baby, exclamation point, Cast Off exclamation point, vote in the chat. Give us your power here on the Cast Off. This is such a great event, Tons of people. Look, I come from the fighting game community. I don't get an opportunity to cast Call of Duty very often, but by God, this is so much fun. And I thank Hyperactive for putting up with my ass today. I thank you for carrying us through this. I'm just here to raise hell, have a little fun. My tag is Razor, short for Hellraiser. Having some fun today. Hyperactive, brother. I'm so glad I got you here with me to carry me through this because we're having fun. Hey, I'm not drinking on stream, but I just want to let you guys know the wild turkey, they ain't much left of it. I'm not going to tell you how much I started with. Well,
remember, every vote is a drink for him. It is a drink. So
shut up.
Gotta get those votes in.
Listen here. I'll do it. I might not make it. Listen, I'm downstairs in the basement. I got a pretty cool setup down here, but the longer this goes, the most hype this gets, the less likely I am to make it back up the basement steps. But we're having fun here today. I think, OMNiA VALOR, incredible comeback there on S&D. I'm going to be honest. You try to be impartial if you're calling this. Extinct, come on, baby. I want more of this. Give us some more of this one, because that was so close. It was so close, but Extinct comes up short on the tail end of that one.
I've got to say, Extinct definitely had a deeper strat book in that Search and Destroy. They had a lot more strategy that could attempt to go towards B. They were able to have greater control over mid as well, particularly after post-plant. When we saw them get that bomb down, it was almost a done deal for Extinct to say that round was theirs. So that was one thing to note from that Extinct side. Unfortunately, again, it comes back to that hard point problems where there are some solo attacks, there are some moments where they are isolated, but there's also spatial awareness problems that we are creeping in to see because there were too many doubles from OMNiA VALOR that shouldn't have come through. And it goes back to your favorite phrase of missed opportunities. And OMNiA VALOR will eat up mistakes and take advantage. And the thing is, and what's crazy is there was a lack of mid control for OMNiA VALOR, and they were forcing stacks. They were going and stacking sites when they didn't need to at the start of the game, giving Extinct space to move. So this should have been their map. But again, mistakes was the cause of this game.
Yeah, you know, when I don't want to take anything away from OMNiA VALOR or Extinct, but in that situation, you're up 5-3 in the S&D. You got to win. And a lot, you know, you talk about that spatial awareness. Spatial awareness is very evident probably in Hardpoint more than anything. You know what I mean? Probably because that's the entire game. You know what I mean? The entire game is knowing where you're at, what you got to do, and they dominated in that portion of the game. And then when it came time down the stretch in Search and Destroy, that's what they did what they did best and finished it off.
Absolutely, they did. But we're moving over to Scar, which I want to get chat's opinion on this, because to me, this map gives me Warhawk vibes from CoD Ghosts. Like, I want to get chat's opinion on this. I know the layout's different. I have looked at that map, but it definitely gives off the vibe, and I am intrigued to how this will go, as this is our first time, not for you guys, our first time on Overload.
First, and speaking of first time, Extinct get that first blood. You know what I'm talking about, starting things off. But first blood doesn't really mean as much in this map. You know what I mean? You got to get that overload device, get it in place, and see what happens. And this is my first time calling this. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to it. As already right off the bat, Broccoli with a quick 2-0.
We're seeing a little bit of a swoop around as Daly's going to try and flank into the back of their opponents and able to get one or two off his own, which will force this rotation to go to that northern side of the map, but it's very quickly countered as Broccoli there waiting for the pounce, able to say no thank you dear sir, we've now got control, and you just made it a little bit easier. Let's point closer to scoring. Remember, first to 8 will win. If you get to 4, we switch over unless the time runs out. But right now, a lot of possession control from the Extinct squad. The colors are flipped, ladies and gentlemen. The Extinct squad really showing map control.
Yeah, here we go. But just getting things rolling, trying to okay. Nobody really able to make it. Here we go. We've EMP in hand and immediately taken away. So this is back and forth. God Almighty, I've never seen this game mode before and tried to call it, but this is incredible back and forth action. There's a lot of tactics involved in this hyperactive.
Yeah, it very much will be who has got the better strategy to push forward. And right now, we are starting to see OMNiA VALOR being spawned way out towards that left side, and that rotation will take longer. Quickly, the EMP being reset back to the center, and with a couple down, allows for an opening to come through. Has to be a 1v1 against from Daly, and that's not going to work as Jay Andre says thank you very much. I'll win that little battle and defend a score to come through.
Arizona's got it in hand. Just moving around, trying to make the most of this situation. But really, this one, God, killed already. This is so tough. This is so tough right now. This game mode, it's like capture the flag on steroids. You know what I mean?
Neutral capture the flag is the official way of describing it. But right now, It looks to be that Extinct have that better push. They have the ability to create the opening, get the 4 off that allows that opening for them to push forward. But it is a case of, can you get all 4 players off and then push quickly? Realistically, and this is just a note to CDL, can we just add a bit more of a delay for the respawns, put it more towards 7 seconds? Because that will allow a bit more of a chance for this point to go forward. But yeah, my points are invalid because I only cast this thing.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard those complaints already, that you look like you're in a good spot and all of a sudden the respawn comes and then you just get picked off. You know, so that seems to be the common complaint with this. Either way it goes, having fun. We've seen so much hardpoint and S&D in Call of Duty competitive. Nice to see this actually being tried out to see what we got here. And I mean, you could see these teams struggling to see who's going to get this first point.
It's the furthest we've seen of the VALOR able to get the EMP is just to the brink and the edge of of the building off A. Well, for the Extinct side. Well, we've seen a much better push and a possibility.
Oh baby, here we go, but killed.
Oh no, he killed him!
He could taste it. He could have tasted it. Seth with a kill spree times. He's got a 5-piece. Listen here, it's a 5-piece, but they ain't nothing happy about that meal. Nothing happy about it.
Extinct put
I'll drink
one
to
on the
that.
board. Finally, something going in the favor, and this might be the make or break of the entire game. Last seconds come through, half completed. Wow, what a nail biter.
God almighty, incredible. Extinct getting that point, and this one, look the way this, we've seen Extinct playing from ahead before. This is their chance to redeem themselves, because they win this one, it's over. They win this one 2-1, you extend the series. You talk about back against the wall, this is as tight as it gets, because I feel like OMNiA, the way they've shown that they can clutch up. If they get this one, you know, you Extinct, you don't want to go into overtime. That 1 minute overtime that happens in this, I'm looking forward to this. Maybe I want to see it. I don't know. What do you think, Hyperactive?
I would love to see it. I would love to see a little overtime and an OT come into play, which becomes the sudden death of this map. But I tell you what, that south side route has now opened the eyes for OMNiA, because they theoretically could replay the exact same thing. There's enough barricades to make it harder for that northern spawn to get quickly down south, but quickly sniffed away. Extinct able to read the strategy that they put forward and deny OMNiA that initial first push.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, OMNiA had such an opportunity last time to get that point in, and then it just evaporated. So that's got to be in the back of their mind. They got to think, you know, if we're in that situation again, we got to regroup and we got to figure out how to get it to the point.
They definitely got to think of a new way to attack, because at the moment both sides are throwing bodies. They're not strategically trying to find different ways to push forward. There's no control. No one's covering north for any northern rotations to flank around the rear as the point gets ever so close once again. Sling with 3 says no. Whatever strategy of throwing a body down will not work. A save of the century.
Calm down, my brother. Save some for the rest of us, okay? Save some for the rest of us. Just absolutely killing it right now. Sloth's going to take care of the carrier and see if we can get things going here.
Ooh, we got a little strategy coming in.
J. Andre got it in hand.
A bit of northern control. We just saw briefly Glee and Seth making a bit of slight opening, only able to pick off one, not enough for that EMP to push through the northern crack, and that is going to be a disappointing attack because nothing came from it. But a strategy like that, where you're sending 2 ahead, where you're trying to survey what is going to come in front of you, is critical in this game mode. You've got to have that. And right now, at the moment, Extinct, they're looking quite solid. They got northern control. They need to find some southern control and able to clear off 8 and 5, which is again Jay and Seth from pushing any further.
Incredible play right here now. Extinct. They've got an opportunity. They've got a big opportunity.
You got it in.
Oh, we got it in the spot. In the spot. Arizona Valor has it. Oh my God. Oh my God. Seth on an absolute tear right now. 29 kills so far. Glee got it in hand. This is just wild. I love this game mode, Hyperactive. There's so much going on, and you do not even get a chance to think for the most part. You just gotta react to what's happening in front of you.
It is very reaction orientated at the moment, but once again, OMNiA Valor could have got a second, put the lead on their side very quickly. Extinct, sniff it out, say no sir, you're not allowed it, and immediately bringing it far forward, got it to that south side of the map, but it's a 3v2 situation, not gonna work, and now you got the stall coming from Akasona, which is gonna make life even harder, and again, allow possession for OMNiA Valor to get quickly back to the extraction and to get that EMP going off, which might get a second score. No, it doesn't, because Broccoli again.
Broccoli, the last line of defense there, just shuts it the hell down, and we'll see what we got to do here. Oh!
Reset of the EMP. There could have been a quick pickup and a dive from the OMNiA Valor squad, but no, not gonna fall their way through. But look how pressured we're now seeing OMNiA Valor. Remember, they are red in this situation. They're gonna start to spawn the spawn traps, but it is not gonna work. Daily finds a double to say, no sir, you cannot play a control strategy of the spawn trap against us.
Sling got it in hand. He's got some guys behind him covering him, but can he get through this? He's moving through it. He's moving, but he could be running into a problem here. Can Extinct finish it off? Can they finish the deal? No. Okay. Now here we go.
Gonna force overtime. Try and get it off, but Sloth finds 2. Is there enough of a 5-second dash? It's gonna be a complete dash to the very last second.
God!
No!
Oh my God! Right at the finish line. Trips up at the finish line and can't finish the job. Here we are. We were talking about one an overtime round, but by God, we got overtime in the second point. Can OMNiA Valor finish the job here? Can they come in and force this overtime round?
This could be revenge. Surge destroying the same situation. Extinct wasn't able to get it past. They now have one player alive. The EMP so close to going across the line. Daily gets taken down. It's done. It's dusted. It's a 3-0 sweep.
Shut it down, ladies and gentlemen. You talk about it, and you gotta be sick to your stomach if you're Extinct, because listen, they were right there. You gotta be, you know what I mean. You're right there. It had in the second in Search and Destroy and Overload. You were right there, Hyperactive, and could not get the job done.
I've got to give hats off to Extinct, because Extinct is definitely more their game mode. They have a lot better strategy calls. They were getting a lot closer to the points than OMNiA Valor was on the first half of the map, and especially on the second as well. This is definitely a left side, right side spawned dominant map. That's a mouthful to say in one go. I don't know if you want to have a try at that, Razor. A right side spawned dominant map.
Listen, I could barely say that if I was 100% completely sober. You know what I mean? If I was 100 on a good day, so we'll leave it at that. But I just want to say, OMNiA Valor, listen here. The bottom line coming out of this, Extinct, you were there in those last 2 points, but OMNiA Valor showed that they could get the by God job done. They could get the by God job done when everything was against them. And ultimately that's what it's going to take. You're going to be in a situation in this tournament when you're probably in a situation where you're behind and you shouldn't win. You know what I mean? And obviously, in my opinion, the difference between good teams and great teams. Good teams win the games, win the points they're supposed to win, and great teams win the points that maybe they shouldn't win. When you're down 5-3 in S&D, everything against you, and you come through, shut things down. Just incredible Call of Duty. I wish we could see another. Wish we could see a little more. We got a 3-0 here on Stream Hyperactive, but listen here. I'm coming from the fighting game community. I've done a lot of 3-0s in my days. When you get those 3-0s, you by God take them. You take them, baby. You take them, baby.
Oh yeah. Definitely take them for sure. But I want to quickly just run down a little bit of that last map just very quickly before we believe we should have Akasona will be coming in a few moments. But it very much, as I was saying, that OMNiA definitely had a little bit of luck on their side. And I will put it out there because when it came to OT, with the most crucial moment of them all, we had already seen a push from Extinct. They were going and committing to getting that point. Unfortunately, the spawns just not working out for Extinct, and OMNiA VALOR, they're ready to take him down, and immediately, as soon as OT called, 2 straight away gone, and it completely eradicates any chance of coming back. And it's unfortunate to see, but it is the mix of the game. You have to think about when you're pushing and how you're pushing, and definitely something now that teams can look forward and look into the future when they're coaching. Do you do that last minute push, or do you hold fire to take advantage of a spawn trap situation? So unfortunate, but at the end of the day, Extinct, a lot of mistakes that throughout their game that could have been ironed up, and there is hope. There is hope. They are going to get dropped to lower. I don't think they're out of this tournament for sure. They are probably going to make a good few rounds in the losers. But yeah, I think it should be interesting. I don't know if it is updated. Yeah, they are. Look at them. Losers round 2, Extinct there. So they will have an opportunity to grasp a chance to win that $6,000 at the end, but it's going to be one hell of a battle to get there.
Oh, incredible stuff. And I agree with you. This is in the fighting game community. If you guys don't know, after you play a set, you go up to the tournament organizers and you report your score, and it's a ongoing meme. You say 3-0, but it was close. 3-0, but it was close. And I feel like that's the way this one was. We could have very well, Hyperactive, this could have very well be going into game 4, 2-1 in favor of Extinct. This is how close that was. But Team OMNiA VALOR, you talk about clutching up, baby. They clutched it up.
And talking of clutch, Akasona is going to be on the board with us. Just make sure he can first of all hear Akasona. Can you hear us, dear sir? Wow. Starting today, I didn't know how to pronounce your name. I got one of the guys coming over to make sure I was saying it right. Now I am saying it left, right, and center. You are the bread, you are the butter, you are the anchor of the team. I want to start off with that hard point. You held hills like you were the king. How does that feel, first of all, winning the entire thing? And what was kind of your role in that entire hard point to keep Extinct off point?
Mainly just focus on rotations. We each have our own individual role. We can all each do each other's role perfectly, but at the same time, we each focus on one thing in particular. No, don't get down to specifics. Keep it general. Keep it simplistic. Because when you overthink, you do too much. That's it.
Akasona, let me talk about this. But on that first, tell me what you're feeling coming out of that first hard point matchup, because by God, my brother, you absolutely cooked him. How do you stay humble in a situation like that?
By knowing that anyone we play against can beat us. Anyone can beat anyone. No matter how many the reps are important, but at the same time, you do not underestimate your opponent. You keep it 100% real with one another.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And you guys had two situations. You know, you dominate hardpoint, absolute dominate, win by more than 100 points. Then you go in that S&D and you are down 5-3, and to force and to tie that up, you got to get three. You got to win 3 rounds in a row. What are you guys talking about? We can't hear you on the headset, but what are you talking about there? You're down 5-3. You cannot lose another game, and by God, you won 3 straight.
Definitely can't.
What's the talk on the headsets there when you're down 5-3 on S&D on Colossus?
Yeah, we're down 5-3 right now. Literally, go back to what we usually do. Go back to what we usually did against Diff, Eternals. Go back to what we did against some people in pools. Don't change anything up, because we started changing, doing new setups, new stuff. Cut it out. Don't like do the same thing again. Just pull out them subs, hit them routes, just bum rush shit together. 4 chows. 3 chows.
You are too humble for me, my friend. You're too humble for me, because listen here. You're talking to us in the interview, but if I were you, brother, I'd be a shit talker.
Oh no,
I'd be absolutely.
I don't know if y'all was able to hear that, but hey, all that screaming, that's me. I said, hey, I'll talk for Jay.
That's what I'm talking about. And as I said, you've not heard the commentary, but I will say I'll drink to that. Listen to this cork pull. Akasona. Oh, God, I'm too drunk for it. Oh, there it was. Did you hear that, baby? You hear that? I'm drinking to Akasona and OMNiA VALOR today, 3-0. Listen here, 12:20 p.m. Eastern time. Listen, you're too early to be dominating like this. I'm supposed to be sleeping off a hangover right now. You know what I mean?
Oh, no, I feel you.
I've got one more question for you, Akasona. Of course, Overload being the new game, there's going to be lots of questions about the competitiveness around it. That face says everything about it, but it almost felt that there is an element of luck at the end. When you saw it go into overtime, and then immediately the kill count being 2-4, was that just a case of, right, we've got this, boys? Or is it a case of, no, we still got to lock in for the final moment?
As soon as Glee said, yo, it goes into S&D, as soon as it hit it, we got those 2 kills. That when they push up into our spawn, that's it. It said 2-4. S&D, off rip. S&D, tight. Together, hold hands. That's it.
And of course, the scream, I've got to go back to Colossus S&D. That scream when you won the S&D as well, 6-5. Formidable opponents, Extinct. I just want to comment for Extinct. Do you see them possibly being a fierce competitor at the lower bracket?
They can. I feel like them playing against us and to I guess to keep it somewhat, a little bit humble. I mean, they got choke slam. So I would hope that they take that vibe while they're still here, look over that, see what we did. They can always play it back. Streams right there. Anyone can play it back. Look at it, and they say, I'm glad we're starting to get the shit talker out of you know what I'm saying, because you started off humble, but I mean, I'm sure it's not lost on you that this you could very well be playing Game 4 right now, down 2-1. Exactly.
Because you were down 5-3. You were down 5-3 in S&D. Overload. You're down 1-0, and then you guys just clutch up 2 times in a row. So I think Extinct definitely got the stones to make a run down there in losers. Akasona, I will tell you right now, where you guys are going to finish today? What's the goal?
Sunday.
Baby?
Friday we talked about Sunday. Thursday we talked about Sunday. Weeks in preparation talked about Sunday. Sunday. That's what I'm talking about. I could feel the intensity. I could feel the confidence oozing through you right now. And also, just another shout out to the folks watching. Exclamation vote, exclamation cast off. Vote for Razor and Hyperactive on the cast off here today. Give us your energy. They got us at 11 a.m. They're treating us like
like day shift strippers right now. They're stripping day shift strippers. But you know what? They didn't realize that we got OMNiA VALOR on the microphone. We got, my God. I mean, how many kills you have in that first one? 26? Was that 26? Does my mind fail me? How much do you have? I know you know it. Akasona.
I mean, all I can see is them eliminations, and man, more than I can count, bro. More than they gave us, man.
You're a better man than me, because I would have had about a tally mark right beside me, just counting them down.
I thought about it.
Counting them down, because you were just mowing them down like WWF Batista on that on his entrance in WWF. He's just, the music hits and he's just freaking machine gunning them all, dude. Incredible, Agasona. Best of luck to you as you guys go on through. But hell of an event. I can't wait to watch the rest of this.
OMNiA VALOR up. Shout out to OMNiA.
Thank you very much, Akasona. That is a fantastic series. I think there's got a little bit less from the last time we saw it. Just a moment. Wait, no, that's a new bottle. Hold up.
Oh, we finished the other one, Hyperact. We finished the other one.
Please tell me that was not full off the get-go. Was that full off the get-go?
It was. It wasn't full.
Okay,
but I have a method. I do so much of this one, then I do so much of the next one, so we still, you know what I mean? We've still got plenty of them here. Either way it goes, Hyperactive, I just want to say that you, once again, I'm just here to raise hell, have some fun. I'm Razor at Razor606 on Twitter, X, if anybody freaking calls it that at this point. I appreciate this opportunity. I would appreciate you guys to get in the chat, exclamation point, cast off, vote. Let us know that you enjoyed us enjoyed us I guess it's afternoon, 12:30. It's technically afternoon. We started at 11, but Hyperactive, bro, I'm just here to make things loud. You're here to tell everybody what's actually happening. I'm glad for you carrying me here today, and so happy that the people in the chat are joining us. This is such a cool event. They do it Game Arena every time there's a new game. They have this cast off. They get everybody in to raise hell. See who is going to be the start of the meta, who is going to own things to start, and just an incredible time. I'm sure the other casters are going to have some fun, but no more fun than, by God, the East Kentucky Rattlesnake and Hyperactive, all the way coming from England, Great Britain, the greatest Call of Duty caster that I've known in the past, who knows the hell long. Yeah. Thank you, man. What are your thoughts on this one, brother?
To sum it up, it close, it tight, it's questionable, but at the end of the day, it was a Call of Duty event that definitely stands out. Do I like Overload? I do. And that's probably the little bit of the autism in me kind of enjoying the strategy element of that game. But no, it really is a very tight match. I enjoyed what I saw. A few mistakes definitely led for the openings to see victory. But Razor, it's been an absolute joy. I always love to have a laugh on a cast, and definitely a different experience than what I've been doing recently. So thank you very much for keeping it light and entertaining. And guys, just remember, if you also vote for us, we come back tomorrow. And we do it all over again. And I am going to make sure he drinks double, because finals are best of 7, because that's even longer. So please do go into chat, exclamation point vote, exclamation point cast off. Make sure you vote for us. I know there is brilliant talent ahead of us. But as for today and as for us, thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned, because there is more to come.